Next Saturday, she could become the first great American athlete to retire undefeated in more than half a century, since Rocky Marciano stepped down from the ring. Her name is Zenyatta. She's 6 years old, and she's a thoroughbred. She has run in 19 races. She has won 19 races. Now she's going for number 20, at what many believe is the most prestigious competition of the year, the Breeders' Cup Classic. Some of the best horses from around the world will be running at Churchill Downs, and they're all males, except for Zenyatta. At the age of 6, she'll also be the oldest horse in the race. The stakes are extremely high, and not just in millions of dollars. Zenyatta is so adored by horse lovers that if she doesn't beat the boys and win one last time, hearts will be broken everywhere. It would be Babe Ruth striking out in his last at-bat.
The story will continue in a moment.
Her life story can be told in one line. She does not know how to lose. But the first thing we noticed about Zenyatta was not her might, but her magnificence. She's quite simply the most splendid creature we'd ever seen. She's big for a mare, taller than most of the boys in the stable, and very calm. Thoroughbreds are supposed to be high-strung and hot-blooded, but there's something zen about Zenyatta. She loves kids and welcomes strangers, particularly when they come bearing gifts. When she hits the track, though, there is a personality change you can barely believe. She becomes obsessed, it seems, with showing the boys that she is faster and tougher than any one of them. She drives people into fits of frenzy. This was last year's Breeders' Cup.
Zenyatta coming flying on the grandstand side. Gio Ponti on the inside. Summerbird is right there. This is unbelievable. Zenyatta!
Her Hall of Fame jockey, Mike Smith, has won all the races in the Triple Crown and nearly 5,000 more. How does Zenyatta compare to the other horses you've been on who won these championship races?
She means more to me than all those.
And can you explain why?
She's just who she is. She's Zenyatta. She's incredible. She's unbeaten. She's done everything that we've ever asked of her.
Will history be made next week?
She's ready. I'll be ready. She's ready. Like I said before, given the opportunity, I think we could see something incredible.
Where does she live? Where else? Hollywood. And at more than 1,200 pounds, she's the biggest star in town. The camera loves her, and she loves the camera. Before every race, she poses and struts and does a little dance. But once on the track, she's a Ferrari, racing against a pack of Volvos.
She's got a chance to gun them both down, and here she comes.
Track announcer Vic Stauffer has called Zenyatta's races from the very start, which is when she was just another horse.
And the bad start has Zenyatta at the back of the pack.
That's where Zenyatta has always started, in the back, lingering languidly, as if she's on a Sunday outing. But then she turns up the juice and slams into high gear.
Zenyatta runs up outside of her and draws within a length of the lead.
Vic Stauffer realized early on that this was one fast girl with a hell of a future.
Here's a future superstar, Zenyatta. Wow.
And that's when you knew you were really looking at something very special.
She always comes from behind. You ever go a little bit crazy when she's way behind?
Again, yeah, because I've become a fan and I've rooted for her, but that's just all part of the theater of her. She passes them all, and I have a feeling that if there were 10 more in front of her, she'd just pass them.
And I think that's what keeps her sound and keeps her happy, is that she only does what she has to do.
So you might not have been on her at her fastest yet.
I truly don't believe I have. I've always, in every race that I've ridden her in, I've always felt that there was another gear if I needed it.
Maybe Saturday.
I think we're going to see something really special.
40, 45,
but her beginnings did not seem special at all. The only thing remarkable about her was her price. She was bought at an auction when she was 1 year old for only $60,000. John Sheriffs has been her trainer ever since.
We were just really blessed and fortunate.
How'd you get her so cheap?
Well, I think because she had skin disease, which was, she had a form of ringworm, so she wasn't particularly attractive at the sale.
She had a rash.
Had a rash.
So it's been from rash to riches.
Yeah.
I don't quite believe I said that. Under John Sheriff's tutelage, Zenyatta has won more than $6 million. But she was a late starter, not ready, and too immature, sheriffs thought, to run in the big races when she was a little kid. When she was 3 years old, why didn't you race her in the Kentucky Derby?
She wasn't, as a 3-year-old, she wasn't ready to race. It took her a long time to mature into the horse she is now, and we just had to be patient with her.
Sheriffs gave Zenyatta time to grow up, and he insisted on doing it at his own pace, without ever losing his temper. He thinks horses know when people are tense, and they don't like it. We spent nearly a week with Zenyatta, and for a celebrity of her stature, we had unusual access. We could watch her beauty treatments in the morning, the bandaging of her legs in the afternoon. We hung out with her on the lawn, which was planted just for her.
That's what's so amazing about her, is she chooses to be gentle all the time.
Zenyatta's owners, Ann and Jerry Moss, who made their fortune in the music business, know how to pamper their starlet.
She's touched and handled by at least 14 people a day.
She's touched by 14 people a day?
Over 14, yes, at least 14 people a day.
And there's somebody with her 24 hours a day?
Yes.
Yes.
It's pretty cozy.
Yeah.
That is.
But the training on the track is regimented and rigorous. 5 days a week, John Sheriffs have Zenyatta run at a moderately slow pace. She doesn't like slow, so her exercise rider has to use all his strength to hold her back. Then, once a week, she's let loose. But even now, Mike Smith says she's not nearly at full throttle. What does it feel like being on her?
There's just so much power. She's so athletic. Such a big, big horse, so she's just amazing.
How does it feel when she starts her surge?
It's pretty amazing because within a matter of 2 or 3 jumps, she can make up close to 10 lengths.
It's even more stunning from the jockey